Hi, this is Lezlie, and this is not Lexy.
Not Lexy. I'm not Lexy.
No, but I'm doing this. Lexi's in a photo shoot, so I was going to do this alone. I was talking to Jim, and he said, hey, you want me to jump in with you?
So I'm a guest appearance today.
I said, sure. All right, we told you we're going to talk about Phil's Rebalance full sets. What's the difference? So I did, in my little brain, I was thinking,
Powerful
brain.
Powerful.
Thank you. A fill and a rebalance can be exactly the same thing. A full set, of course, is when we, extend a nail with a foam or plastic tips.
We're just applying all the way over the nail with nothing on there at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I kind of went to Jim and I said, really, I started thinking about it. I hadn't really thought, what exactly is, what is a fill and a rebalance? So we both kind of looked at each other, and he says, I'm going to look this up. And we kind of decided that they can be the same thing, but I think there's kind of a difference. Time-wise, right?
So a fill is a rebalance.
It is a rebalance.
Because you're rebalancing the nail for the grow out that you've already experienced, your customers experienced. But then when I was taking a look, and I gotta give credit to Young Nails, they did a couple of good YouTube videos, and they make a distinction that a rebalance takes place 4 weeks or more after the previous fill or rebalance or the full set was applied. And I think that that's a good way to go, and that kind of goes along with
that's what I was thinking, because
what she was thinking.
I think why we asked this question, what a really good point is, what do we charge, right? We have a client comes in, you guys are business people, and you need to know exactly what to charge, because you have to be, you want to make your time valuable and get what you're worth. And you don't want that client, let's say your fills, I don't know, I'm just throwing out a number. Let's say your fills are $50. And then, but you have that client that says they want.
How long does it take to do a fill?
I would think a fill should be anywhere an hour and 15 minutes.
Okay.
That's kind of a ballpark. And so you're charging that. Well, what about that client that says, I want to fill and it's every 5 weeks? You can't do that.
And it's not going to take an hour to hour and 15 minutes.
Gosh, it's going to take way more. By then the apex has grown clear out.
You got to reduce that length a lot more.
Yeah, and then when you reduce that length, then you got to thin that down. It takes time. Your time is valuable. You have to charge for that. So I kind of like it how you said it. A fill, I would say 3 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks. 2 to 3, right?
Some clients maybe a week if their nails grow really, really fast.
Yeah, it'd be
Or
hard.
they're really high maintenance clients.
Right, those people that pick everything off and chew them off.
Yeah, or they're like, I want my nails to look perfect all the time.
That's true. That's true. I don't think there's a whole lot of that out there, but you
But
know
they
what?
do exist.
They exist, and you know what? You're there to service, and you've got to have a price for that also.
And just think how close you'll be with that client all the time.
Well, yeah, you hope you like them, right? Would you do mine once a week?
I would.
Okay, so anyway, and also so you're going to need to tell your clients this in advance, especially if you have someone that's trying to take advantage of you and doing that 5 week and wanting to be charged for fill. And I think you should have that laid out in the beginning. I think clients that coming into you need to know exactly what you charge, how often they should come in, educate them how they take care of their nails. Some people's nails grow faster than others. But I do have to say, when it comes to time, if you are just out of school or you're really slow, I don't think you can charge your client for that if you haven't gotten your speed up to par, which should be like a fill within an hour to an hour and 15 minutes, at the very most an hour and a half. If you're going beyond that, wow, you almost, I say, should give people a discount because you're taking so much of their time. Time's valuable to me as a client.
Right.
What do you think about that?
I think so too. I look at it this way. There was a salon that was in downtown Portland, and they wanted to do clients every half hour. So we developed a system that they could use. It was a clear fill or a pink, and they charged their clients more.
Exactly.
Because the average client that went there was an executive at a bank, a legal firm, something along those lines, and they don't have an hour and a half out of their day when they're making, say, $250, $300 an hour.
Right.
To wait.
Exactly.
So they want to hop in, get their nails done, hop back out again. So they look professional, they're all gussied up, off to the office
Like
to go.
that, gussy it up.
Yeah. And so that seemed to work really well for them.
I agree. Time is money, not only for you as the nail professional, but time is money for me as the client, right? If I'm going in and I'm paying to have a service done, I want to be in and out of there at a reasonable time.
Mm-hmm.
I want a good job. You want
a great job.
I want a great job. You're right. But I don't want to sit there for 2 hours if I'm coming in every 2 to 3 weeks. So there's that fine balance. You've got to do your part and getting your speed down. So important. How do you get your speed down? Practice. Maybe you're just out of school and you say, I just graduated from school. I'm a tech.
And
Yay.
it's not just practicing, it's practicing speed.
That's true.
And being accurate with the application of that product.
Right.
Anybody can practice, but if you practice slowly all the time, you know what you're going to be?
Slow.
So if you practice fast and work on making sure that you can get that done in a reasonable period of time and have it look great, beautiful.
Well, and I remember, I think it was you that said, watching somebody, I was working with someone that was trying to do their speed, and I said, you have to have a clock right there. You have to have a timer saying. So at this point, you want to shave off maybe your prep. I've got to shave off, start with a minute. I got to shave off a minute on my prep for my last one. So you have to be aware of what your time is. How long is it taking you to prep? How long is it taking you to apply product?
In each step of the service.
Exactly. So that's kind of our fill, rebalance, full set. I think there's
synopsis.
It's synopsis, and I think that we are brilliant at this. So I think we have the right answer.
I didn't know we were brilliant at this. This is
Jim,
great. I had no idea.
We can say anything we want on this.
We should high five each other right now. Yeah,
Okay,
you're amazing.
woo-hoo, so are you. No, but it is true, and I think that you do. It's so important that you get paid for your time, that you are a professional, and you need to know how much product you're using, how long it's taking. But then if you're taking too long, then you've got to start looking at the client's time and then you've got to discount your stuff a little bit if you're still learning and taking too much time.
Yep.
It's like I go to her, she's learning, she's slow, I get a little discount.
But she does great work.
Exactly.
Right.
Or maybe she needs to get her work a little.
But then practice on speed.
Practice on speed, exactly. Time's money on both sides of the table, guys, both sides.
We do have a question.
Oh, yeah?
What should I do when a client comes in with nails missing that need to be completely replaced?
Good question.
Yeah.
Charge?
Charge. You have to charge. Unless
it's your fault.
Unless it's your fault. But how do you determine that, right?
Yeah. But if the client clearly picked it off,
Yeah.
you need to charge a little extra for that. Maybe an extra $3 or $5.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But if it clearly just kind of delaminated, came off the nail, at some point maybe you need to accept some responsibility possibly in that, maybe the curing issue, maybe color was applied too thickly, something along those lines.
Yeah, you have to look in why.
Yeah.
Why are the nails coming off? If you have one client that has their nails missing all the time, but all the rest of your clients are wearing product just fine, then you kind of know it's that client. But if you truly are a tech and you have all your clients coming in and they're missing some nails, you then have to look at you. You have to look and say, what am I doing? This is not staying on. So you kind of judge that on how many clients are doing, having nails. If you have people with their nails coming off all the time, you've got an issue.
You do.
So you need to look into that, take some classes, reach out to someone, whatever product you're using. If you're using Light Elegance, you can call here. Someone will answer the phone. They are a nail tech, and we can walk you through it. We have lots of good stuff that way. So learning and getting in and diving in and seeing what is the matter. But you do have to charge for that, especially that client if they are chewing everything off. At one point, I don't know, if I got my clientele large enough and I had a good full clientele and I had that client that was always chewing her nails off, I'd probably
We all go through times in our lives where we're maybe a little extra stressed, and
well,
maybe
that's
a stress.
That
relief
is true.
for them.
You are right. You
so
are
I wouldn't
right.
cast them aside immediately, but
Not
at the same time,
immediately.
but if it's all the time,
Yeah,
and
I would cast them aside.
at some point, if you get a full clientele.
You're right.
What should I do if a new client comes in with another tech's work on their nails and you don't know what the product is?
I'll fire them immediately.
No, they're with you. They could be good. Well, I would.
First of all, you got to find out what it is.
What if they don't know? Half the people don't know what they're wearing.
Well, do they know if it's an acrylic or a gel?
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Right,
If
okay.
it's a soft gel, a soak-off system, is it a gel polish? Is it a hard gel system?
Right.
So, and then you have to find out what's going to be compatible with whatever that product is. So if it's a soft gel, you can't really put a really hard gel on top of it.
Right.
So you have to remove it. Or you can go with just a regular soft gel over the top.
But you can work over other people's work. I don't think
By
you
all
have
means.
to absolutely take it all. I think a lot of times, you know how we start prepping, like you're getting your color off and you're getting in there. You can see if there's lifting. You see those little white pockets or little lifting. And then if you start seeing a lot of lifting, of course, yes, you're going to have to go in and remove all of that. But if you get, after you get under that color and you look and it's adhering really well, you can put product right over another text.
By all means. Or if they have an acrylic on, you can get a gel right over the acrylic.
Absolutely.
So you can go from one type of system to a different type of system and not have any problems.
Exactly. And that saves them money too, right?
Sure.
Rather than
And it saves
taking
you time.
you time,
Yeah,
exactly.
because they may show up and all of a sudden you've got something on the nail you didn't think was going to be there. Now all of a sudden you don't have to remove it, but you
Right.
can apply something over the top.
But be prepared. Half the time they don't know what's on their nails, right? And they may say what's on their nails and kind of be wrong, but you're right. Soft gel, hard gel, hopefully
You
they
can
do
kind
know.
of make a pretty good determination.
Yeah, you can. You can kind of see that also. But looking into that and talking with them, getting to know them, and I think it all comes down to, like we said though, let your clients know in the beginning, especially those new ones that come in. This is my fill, and it goes from 3 weeks, whatever you want it to be. 3 weeks. After that, it becomes a rebalance, and I charge this. I think it's, if you're open with the client in the beginning, that's what you're going to charge. That's how you work, and you have to stick to it.
And at some point, it no longer is a rebalance, it has to be a complete removal and a whole new full set.
Right.
So you need to make that determination as well.
Right. But let them know, educate them, and you can do this. I think once you also take charge and show that when someone comes in new that you have a plan, this is how you work. You can say it very kindly, and you'll be there for them. That's why you always want to be on time, be professional, so that you can ask a lot of them too, because they do need to follow the rules that you set, and you need to make sure that you're there for them.
Yes. It's teamwork.
It is.
And then be understanding too, as your clients go through things.
Right.
You want them to be understanding with what you might be going through at a certain time, so be understanding with them as well.
It's a relationship.
It is a relationship.
All right, well, Mr. McConnell, I do have to say, it was wonderful to have you.
It's been fun being
Yeah,
here.
so maybe you could fill in again sometimes for Lexi. We'll just send her off to photo shoots all the time.
Every week.
And wait till you guys get to see what she's shooting at photography-wise. Well, she's not doing the photography, but
Hope not.
woo, some fun stuff coming your way. Lexi's busy. All right, well, next week, I don't know what we'll be talking about or who will be here, right?
Yep.
All right, thank you guys. And if you have any questions, please reach out. And if you want a subject if you want Jim back talking about a subject, or you have an idea of what you'd like us to talk about next time, let us know, and Olivia will reach out and we'll get it, and we'll educate and talk and have a conversation.
Beautiful.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.